Alright, so I'm going to be posting this before my videos, guys, and you can partake in it or not, but we're going to do some singing bowls and I'm going to say a little prayer. And you're welcome to just sit and relax and free your mind up before the reading with me. I just wanted to do this. I'll timestamp it, so if you want to go straight to your reading, that's fine too. So we're going to go ahead and start. Take a deep breath. I call upon light and all beings whom serve only love and light. I ask you, angels, ancestors, and light beings, to cleanse and protect this space. Ask for your protection and guidance so that your divine sight can be delivered with love and healing for the greatest good. I ask you, angels, ancestors, and guides, to assist those whom these messages are meant for, to assist them on their journey of healing and spiritual growth. I appreciate your unconditional love and guidance. Thank you, angels, guides, ancestors, and Lord of Love. Amen. Okay, guys, so singing bowls. I'm just going to relax and listen. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that, and if so, I'm glad, and I'm happy you guys come to my channel and enjoy your reading. Hi, guys, we're getting ready to do our earth signs today. Hold on, I need to put this incense up. Okay. Grab a drink real quick. Okay, so first of all, I want to say thank you for coming, you guys, and spending your time here and listening to your reading. I'm going to start with Taurus. We're going to go to Virgo, Capricorn. There's a lot of energy going on in Taurus right now. We got so much stuff here in the realm of the Taurian energy. This earth energy. Ooh, this really material, wealth, material stability. I always look at, and Taurus is a fixed energy also. So this is really interesting. Okay, we got this. Oh, look. Oh, this came out for somebody else too, you guys. And I'm thinking, I don't remember who, you guys, but there was a message with this card about kind of feeling awake but asleep, like kind of there's this feeling of you can see this waking up here. This is this kind of waking up energy, but this person is asleep still, but they're still alert, aware, awake, and they're looking. There's also a reflective nature to this card. Like I get like while you're dreaming or while you are maybe sleeping, Taurus, you could be really going into another, you could actually be doing some actual like work in your sleep, if that makes sense. That means, you could be doing a lot more work asleep, like spiritually, psychologically. When we have dreams and stuff, a lot of that is psychological stuff that we're working through in our sleep. I feel like this could mean you are really looking at maybe even some shadow aspects of yourself, maybe actually literally while asleep. But I also get this really relaxed kind of, it may look like you're not how do I put this? It may not look like you're doing a lot, but there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on under the surface, if that makes sense. So that is a nice message for you, Taurus. And we know there's a lot going on. We got, right now in Taurus, you guys, we got Jupiter, we got Mercury, we got Uranus, and the North Node, all in Taurus. So crazy. Lots. You guys are definitely, if you're a Taurus, anything, or if you have a lot of Taurus in your chart, it's like me, like my sun isn't Virgo or anything, but I have a lot of Virgo in my chart. But my sun, my Venus, my moon isn't Taurus, or I mean Virgo, but I have a lot of Virgo, and I feel the Virgo energy really strongly. So if you have a lot of Taurus in your chart, and we all have Taurus, Taurus is the, is it the, hold on, let me just look real quick, you guys. Yeah, the second house. Sorry, I had to check that out. Oh, look at this. This came out for somebody else too. This might have even been in your guys' last reading. This could have been Aries too. I don't remember who this came out for, but this has come through too. This must be coming through kind of generally, because this really comes in as a really passionate and a strong will to do something. A strong will, maybe to self-reflect, maybe to do some shadow work. There could be some shadow work you're working on, and you're trying to bring up to your conscious, bring up to your waking state, not just your what's going on underneath the surface, is bringing it up to the surface. So there is a feeling here, and this is like the sacral, and it kind of runs up through the solar plexus, and then you can see that third eye lit up. It's like bringing your feelings to bringing what you feel up to your mind, and knowing, kind of being understanding your own emotions, understanding your own feelings, understanding your own what makes you happy, what brings you pleasure, and what you want. But first of all, you have to recognize like what it is that brings those feelings to you, and bring them up to the conscious, the knowing, the awake, the waking state. So that is, it might just all be really unconscious right now. You could be really going through a lot of like unconscious stuff, like maybe realizing there was some unconscious things. It doesn't necessarily have to be shadow work, you guys. This could be stuff that you just, some unconscious pleasures or some unconscious creativity that's coming up to the surface, and you're like, wow, I actually do want to create this, or I actually do have this like knack for this art, or this, whatever this is, there's creativity here, there's passion, there's pleasure, and it's like really looking at that stuff that's kind of buried and under the surface, and bringing it up to this, bringing it up to your vision, bringing it to a vision, which means you have to become aware of it first. But that is what I'm getting there for you, Taurus. Oh, geez, this may have come out for somebody else too. Wow. Okay, so there is a feeling here with this energy. Of this fleeing identity, or a fleeing, that's the best way I can word this energy. It's almost like part of your identity, or what you are aware of yourself, is like it's exiting, it's leaving, and there's something new being recognized about yourself here, something that's under the surface, something that's maybe just becoming consciously, you're just becoming aware of, and like kind of the old perception of yourself, or old actual persona of yourself, like maybe actually what you were known or identified, like it's almost like that sun energy. It's like what you identify as, or what others identify you as, is it's exiting the building, it's leaving. And there's a feeling here of not it's almost like an in-between. So this is the best way I can describe this energy. It's like in between the old face or the old image, the old ego, and the new, recreated, I'd say discovered even. I think it's something new, something discovered about yourself. And it's like maybe not being too sure of that yet. There is a feeling here of not being too sure of like a new image, identity. Maybe it's a way you saw yourself, because when I see this fleeing, I'm going to show you this again. This face fleeing. It's like this person almost doesn't want to even like look in the mirror, because they don't know what they're going to see. They're just and there is a feeling here of like excruciating, like it feels really excruciating, this energy. And I think it just feels like, because it's like, what do I have to show now? Like I feel faceless. I feel like I don't have an identity. But I feel like that's what you're working on, is like rediscovering something about yourself that's under the tone. Like this is what you're maybe, what's seen, but there's something else here that's unseen. It's coming to the surface, but the old has to be released. Like your old identity, or this sounds really strange, but your old ego, or your old way you saw yourself or others saw you. Something's changing here dramatically. Taurus. And with all this Taurus energy, it's in this house, and this could be the way we see our earth matters, our materialistic stuff too. Like it's very interesting, because there could even be like some shadow work here, stuff like that. So let's go ahead and get 3 words for your guys' reading here. Wow. It almost feels like there's a image or an identity or an image or something about yourself that you've been, I want to say, hiding or keeping, and maybe not purposely, maybe this is an unconscious thing, but it's under the surface and it's coming to the surface. This is something that's creative and brings you pleasure, and it would make you happier and bring you a lot more pleasure in your life, Taurus. But there's also this feeling of needing to release this old way of seeing yourself or others seeing you in order to attain that. And it feels like kind of scary. Like there's even like a little bit of like, it could be like even, it feels almost like you could feel like ashamed, and I know that's like really sad to say that, but like we all go through this, like this feeling of feeling ashamed of like our old face or old image or our old life or but there's also this feeling of like not wanting to be seen. It could be shame the other way, or feeling afraid of being seen. What's newly coming up to you could be discovering something about yourself that you're afraid of what other people are going to think. Something like that is coming through, and it's a message for somebody. But whatever this is, it's going to make you happier. And if this is just talking about the Taurian energy in general, that is a big, it's a big realization about our reality, the material reality. Wow. Oh, this is nice, Taurus. Okay. So I got these clarity, virtue cards. They have 1 word on them. If you've been watching this channel, and if you have, thank you. But you know what these are. So it's 3 words, and we got originality. There is something here. There is nothing new under the sun. Independence is approach. Creative thinking. Conceiving of novelty. Oh, originality. This could very well be, and I pulled this for under this card. So originality, you could be realizing something really specific about yourself, something kind of original. And it says, oh, there's nothing new under the sun, but there is something here below the sun, below what's seen. That's what I'm feeling. It says there's nothing new under the sun. The sun is what we see. I was feeling that sun energy, like our image, like what we, like kind of how we, and I was just talking about this too the other day. It's like, sometimes I feel my sun sign as kind of the only thing that kind of like ties me to the earth. Like it almost feels like a ball and chain, like my sun sign. It's really strange, because it should feel like that, but it's just like an image I'm behind. Like there's so much going on behind that sun image. You know, I'm a Cancer sun, so but there's just so much like that's not like, especially the older I get, I notice my North Node a lot more, and then all my other aspects of myself that aren't family orientated and aren't everything a Cancer is. There's just so much like creativity. That's like that Leo North Node. There's like so much like independence, and like that's like, you know, Cancer is like a, you know, it's like something separate from what is seen, something new than what everybody's seen, or maybe even what you've seen, Taurus, is coming up to the surface, or you're starting to become aware of it. And it's kind of, there's a feeling here of it coming up and rising up for you, and you wanting to make it a reality, and actually like truly, but there's still this feeling just right now of just not ready for it to be seen, or not ready for it. Maybe you're afraid it won't be understood, or there's something here about that acceptance too, because the next word card I also pulled was acceptance, and this says beggars can't be choosers. Assent to the reality of a situation, relinquishing need to control and direct. So there could be something here about yourself here, that you want to be accepted or whatnot, and maybe there's certain people that won't. Maybe there's and maybe you really wanted this, you know, and it's like, hey, you need to choose this, and you need to have the will, because that's also like that solar plexus energy. First you got to feel it, then you got to will it, and then you got to bring it into your vision and bring it into your reality, into your consciousness. So there is like this feeling here of wanting to be accepted, but also I think most of all accepting yourself. That's what I'm feeling like the most in this specific alignment of cards, and not trying to control or direct the energy, just to let it come to the surface. Let what needs to be seen, what's been under the surface, what's been hidden, what's been out of sight, come up to the surface, because there is something there that is original to you and special to you, and specific to you, and it may feel like, oh man, I don't know if this is going to be. It's like almost like I'm feeling like your lack of acceptance for first and foremost, and then maybe a fear of rejection or shame, or this is really a crazy message, you guys. So if this resonates, you know, it does. If it doesn't, don't make it fit. But reflexivity, hindsight is 2020, you know, directing or turning back inward, introspection and self-referencing. Ooh, this is interesting, because this is this old face. This was that shame I'm feeling, or this. It's an interesting, but it's like looking back at it, you're like seeing this old image kind of leaving. There's a feeling of like being kind of ashamed of the false, okay, not of the mask, not of the persona, but of what's actually under there. There feels like some shadow work that needs done on the under, but it's like radical acceptance needs to be had for something that's you, that you may not even feel like, it's interesting. Like you may have saw it as something else, but there's something here that's you, and it was originally you, and it's originally you, and it requires introspection and self-referencing. In hindsight, you're seeing that, and maybe there's a feeling here of not necessarily loving what you were seeing, or what you have to accept here about yourself, that you need to bring to the surface to maybe create something and become a little more it's very interesting, Taurus. I'm getting a very reactive energy to this radical acceptance of something that's coming to the surface. That's what I'm getting. That's kind of what I want to say in a short message. It's like there's something original coming up from your inner self that needs to be accepted, and maybe you asked for this transformation or this change, and now you're like, I don't, like, you almost want to change the reality of it, but there's no changing the reality of this. And in hindsight, you're looking at it going, I should have looked at this better, or I should have, or now I need to, like, really see this. This is interesting. There's this feeling of, like, really seeing inward. Like, this person has no face to look at others or outward. It's this person, this being can only see what's inside their heart or inside their mind right now, because their face, their physical eyes has left the building. It all comes to the third eye and the crown, and just there's a lot going on here, under the surface that's coming up to actually be seen and recognized by you, Taurus. So this could be a really, really intense time for you. I am feeling that intensity. So let's go ahead and get one of these. This is crazy, like energy, like the I can't word the whole message even, like the way I'm feeling it. It's just really intense. Let's see. And we got hope. Okay, this obviously, and on the bottom, Lady of Justice. Okay, that's good. That's some Libra energy too. And this hope, keeping hope, and also, you know, and I'm a huge advocate for hope. Like, just stay hopeful, stay optimistic. Sometimes that's easier said than done, but there is a big shift and a big change happening here that's really good. I just feel like it's requiring a lot of like inner looking, and without the ego, without the face, without the image, without the mask, and some real acceptance needed here for something that's you, and something that there's also something good here too that comes with this acceptance of yourself, and this introspection, and not trying to control or direct this energy, like trying to control how it looks to others, or how it can, or try to control how it looks to yourself. Just letting it be what it is. So hope, remaining hopeful right now, and having hope in a situation, in yourself, maybe in the times you're in right now, Taurus. Hope, and there's always hope. This could be a multitude of things. I may read that one. We got a flipper, and we got the unknown. There could be something you're maybe afraid of, and you want to direct, or you want to control because you're afraid of the outcome. Maybe you're afraid of not being accepted. Maybe you're afraid of some, oh, well, if people don't see me this way, or I don't see myself this way, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's beyond this door. I don't know what's beyond this stuff coming up, and me needing maybe to express that, to accept that, to let it be seen, because it's different than what people are used to, or I'm used to, and it's going to change. It feels like something's changing, like dramatically. And it says knowing the unknowns, and it's like there's this interesting feeling with this card of like having a deep intuitive knowing that there is a big shift and big change right through this door, and it's like another you is waiting for you. That's what it feels like. And it's like there's a knowing, but and not knowing. Like, it's like there's still this feeling of wanting to be seen a certain way or accepted. This is really, really intense energy. I may read that too, actually. I'm trying to keep these between 20 and 30 minutes, Taurus, but you guys have a lot of energy going on in your sign right now, so I'm not going to feel bad if it goes a little longer either. Let's get one of these. And we got the Mother, and Inner Vision. Actually, I'm just getting 3 of these. And Night. Yes. So there is this feeling here still of maybe seeing something in the night. Okay, so this has happened to me in my process, you guys, where I'll go to sleep. I think I've said this before I don't know if it was this video or not, and I just get like tons of information, and I'm just being like, and this could have something to do with a mother figure or a feminine figure, or taking care of something, nurturing something, maybe yourself, maybe your inner vision of yourself or of your life. And you're doing a lot of night work, if that makes sense, dream work. This feels very like, I kind of call them like dream workers, or dream, like they do a lot of, like, this kind of energy can do a lot behind the scenes, under the surface, where nobody, like, it's very interesting. It's like sleep, like kind of a sleepwalker kind of energy. I can't describe what it's, and there's all kinds of like myths and stuff about like in the natives, but I don't think it was a good thing, like, but there's like tons of different, like, but this is kind of a different energy of like doing a lot of like night hunting, night visioning, night work. It's just like you may be getting a lot of downloads and a lot of stuff happening that's raising a lot to the surface in your waking life at night. That is a message I'm getting, Taurus. So let's go ahead and pull a couple tarot cards here. Taurus. Originality. There is something special here. It could be just the way you are. I feel like this is interesting. The way you're going about. You may not even be consciously doing this, but I think it's coming to the surface that there's something here you've asked for. And you need to release your control of it now. Maybe you've been trying to control your image or the way somebody's seen you or other people have seen you, and it's time to release that. Maybe you were like, I just want to be seen for who I am or whatever. Oh, Ace of Pentacles. This is good, you guys. And this is that opportunity here to plant a seed, something original, something directly from you, something that's specifically yours. And you know how to nurture this. You know how to grow this. There is a new beginning here. This is a pentacle. This is anything with value. This doesn't have to be money, you guys. Value is value. We put value in whatever we put value in. So remember that. But it is an opportunity to really start working on something, nurturing something of value to you. And it looks like it's something original, something definitely, it could be, it's an independent. It says independence in approach. It's doing something, kind of doing the work on your own, doing the, I feel like this is a lot of stuff that's not being seen, like there's something going on behind the scenes. Now, whether you are aware of this or not, only you would know. I feel like you could be pretty aware that you're planting some seeds or doing some things under the surface here about acceptance, maybe relinquishing your need to control, also, and especially control like your image or the way others view you or perceive you, and you're trying to release some kind of like the way, like the reflexivity card is coming through also as like not trying to change people's it's almost like not reacting when you aren't like seen a certain way or something like that. It's like directing or turning back inwards. So whenever you're looking out physically with your eyes, it's like looking back in. It's like taking off the old eyes. It's like taking off the old way of looking at things and just looking in, not looking. You're doing a lot of inward looking right now. And then we got the Emperor. And this, to me, I always get like Taurus vibes with the Emperor. I really do, because it's very, very like structured, and there's like a lot of order and control with the Emperor. And the Emperor is not all bad, you guys. I have a little bit of a relationship with the Emperor, but it can be good, and order can be good, and organization can be good, and leadership is good. It just depends on how you use that. If you don't control, this is under acceptance. So there is something here you are trying to control. And maybe it's the way this all comes up. Maybe it's the way you own your creativity, or you own your feelings, because this all roots from the sacral chakra. Your feelings, the way you feel about things. There's an acceptance here. Beggars can't be choosers. It's like maybe you'd asked for something, and I'm getting like a little humor here where it's like maybe you don't like the way it's feeling as it's coming up, but it's maybe in hindsight you're like, oh, maybe you wished for something, or you weren't quite expecting like something to feel this intense or this but it's time to just look inwards and see like kind of why it's making you feel that way, and refer to yourself when you're trying to refer to a situation or you're looking at others. Look back in. That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm getting from Spirit right now. It's like, look within. Don't look outside of yourself right now. Look within yourself, because there's something radically changing and something coming up that you've definitely, I believe, asked for. Maybe a new opportunity to be kind of at one with your the hidden self, or the mysteries of yourself, you know. And there's discovery here, and there's awakening, and there's bringing it to a conscious like a reality. And then we got the Ten of Cups, you guys, which is beautiful. So there's like a feeling here of something here, even though there's a big, I'm feeling that like, I don't know if it's embarrassment or fear or shame, but it's like purposely taking the time to look inwards and take control over your feelings, and definitely start something here that's just absolutely you, not the mask, not the false face, not the false ego, but you, is bringing in a lot of goodness and happiness here. It may just require a lot of, it's a lot. This is intense energy. With the Emperor here, we got the Ace of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the Ten of Cups, you guys. It's like putting that work in for this Ten of Cups. But this work is inwardly, and it's being that leader in that, you know, and it's very interesting because it's this, there's also like a need of like really seeing the reality of your situation and accepting it. Accepting you, accepting your situation, accepting something maybe good here even. Like something really good with the Ace of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups. There is something here. Not letting your reflexivity or your reflexes take away or make you feel ashamed or of who you are. Like maybe watch how you react. Watch how your reflexes react to anything, to your image, to the way you want to be seen or anything like that. This feels like the release of old like ego, like and maybe some unhealthy stuff too. So that's really, really good, Taurus. This is a really heavy reading, but it's not bad. It's just intense. There is a lot of strong energy in your guys' reading. I'm going to read this Hope real quick. It's very interesting. Element, that isn't right. 34, not 24. And this is the Oracle of the Long Now. And Ashley Cook does these decks, you guys. Ooh. Hope. The card of hope urges us to communicate sacredness and build it. Yes, there's something sacred and special coming up here about you. If this is your reading. It says, share it and spread it. Hope is a flower which continues to grow without sunlight. This is definitely part of the message. Without sunlight, it's like this is the seed. Without sunlight, something's growing. It's something original. And this says, there is nothing new under the sun, but there is something new growing with that is not being shared or shown in the sun. The image, the ego, this is what I'm getting. And then we got this dark and this bright, and it's not being shown. This person is acting or being asleep when really they are very awake and looking at what wants to emerge here, what wants to come out to be seen. But really what's being seen is a sleeping person, a person that's not maybe as engaged as they really are with their something really good here, Taurus. This is feeling really good, and I hope I didn't lose anybody with any shadow work, you guys. It can be intense to look at any of that, if that's, but this always requires, in order for the good stuff to grow, we got to release the old way we thought it should grow, or the way we thought it should look, or we should look, or, you know, there's a lot there, you guys. So it's not bad, and I hope I don't lose anybody there with this message, because it's a good message. And it says, since life is our mirror, it will reflect joyousness back to us if we find it within ourselves. I was just having this conversation with my husband. It's very interesting, but it's like when something is miserable or sad or upsetting inside of yourself, it's really, really reflective. It's really something's showing you, something's trying to help heal you, something is trying to direct you. Don't you direct it. Let it direct you to the place you need to heal. This is a really strong message, and I said this, and ironically, he's a Taurus too. So this is crazy that is coming up in this reading. It says, believe in a positive outcome no matter how dark the circumstances. And this is just about keeping hope, even if it feels very like kind of grueling at times, and we have to face parts of ourselves or our old egos, and we have to release parts of ourselves that we feel are safe or we feel are part of us, when really that's not what we want to grow. That's not who we want to be. That's not the life we want to live. We want happiness. We want emotional contentment. And we want to be able to look within and be honest with ourselves about our emotionals, our emotional well-being, and also our passions, our desires, and what we're capable of growing and becoming and creating. And yeah, there's a lot here. This is a lot of energy, and I really feel like this is a very collective energy right now for everybody, because it's just, this Taurus energy is playing hard with the planets right now. Or should I say the planets are playing hard with it, vice versa. I don't know, you say what you will, but this card asks you to consider which type of thoughts you nourish in order to understand why events in your life unfold as they do. This is that feeling of, like, as the old perception or the old ego or the old image is leaving, recognizing that maybe there's something there that you've created that you want to release, an old image or an old way of seeing things that you want to release, so that you can see the happiness, you can see the joy, you can see the emotional beauty in, I feel like 10 of Cups. It's like, I love it. It's one of my favorite cards. It's like seeing the emotional beauty in life and in each other and in family and in love and in everything, you guys. It's just every bit of it's like there's a lot of emotions in life, and it's good. We grow from them, we transform from them, we come a long way through our emotional bodies, you guys. So if you seek abundance in life, you must be open to receive it and allow this abundance to flow out into the world. The card of hope asks you to open yourself to life's benevolence, to enable you to receive life's gifts. Could be something you're really closing yourself off from here, that you need to take control over what you really truly want and what you truly feel, and go with it, and not let some old image or some old perception or some old idea of yourself or others make you blind. That's what I'm feeling, okay? And then we got the unknown, knowing the unknown. And I'm going to read that too, you guys. This is a little longer, but it's okay. It is natural and human to feel reluctant and fearful at the beginning of a significant change. Yes, there's something significant changing. And I said intense, and this is significant. I might have even used that word, but it is an intense opening here to really step through this change, step through to this unknown, but you know there's something good beyond this kind of excruciating release, I feel here. Change confronts us with so many unknowns and such overwhelming feelings that challenge us whenever an unfamiliar direction is taken. However, to never try something new or cease to continue when things change is to go against life's natural rhythm and continued growth and transformation. What is known can quickly become comfortably familiar, as well as stifling to our gradual yet ongoing progression. Yes, it can become comfortably familiar. So what is known can quickly become comfortably familiar, as well as stifling to our gradual yet ongoing progression. You know, it can go really either way, you guys. The price we pay to stay in what is known is stagnation and fear. Staying in the old way you knew things, or you know things or new things. It's like learning something new here, big time, about the way you feel, your pleasure, your creativity, what you want, how you want to be seen, how you want to see. That is what I am feeling. This is really awesome. It says, trust that you have the sufficient skills and knowledge to navigate your way through an unknown aspect of your life. It may be that you have avoided or put off changing your career, changing locations, committing to a new project, starting a family, or ending a relationship for some time now. There's something big, some shift wanting to happen here. It's like you need to take control of those feelings and do something with it and make the change, make the release. Let something about the way you're seeing things or what you're afraid of go, so that you can have contentment, happiness. 10 of Cups over here. This is really nice. It's just, and there's something coming up to the surface here, and it's a seed that's already been planted. That's the thing. That's what I'm feeling. It's already been there. You've already planted this. It's already in manifestation. It just is now getting to the point where I think you're actually seeing it, where it's actually coming to the conscious. Like, you may have like done this a minute ago, and now it's like coming up, and it might be a little scary, and you might be like, oh, trying to control it now. That it's almost like, you know, you plant something and then you try to rip it out or control it after it's already done. You know, there's something here already happening. That's what it feels like. You are so much more than the accumulation of your fears. You are capable of moving forward despite any uncertainty that you might feel. There is a feeling of uncertainty and being kind of seen for what's under the surface, or under the mask, or what's seen. There's something here that's almost afraid of being seen, whether this was the manifestation, whether this is an opportunity or a seed you planted time ago, and now it's coming up again, and you need to take control over the feelings and your own process, but yet release it. Not release the way you want people to see you. Take control over the way you feel about yourself and your empire, your process. This is your process, Taurus. So if this is resonating with you, this is a strong energy, you guys. And it says it says, in every journey is the result of taking one step into the unknown at a time. One step at a time, one thing at a time. There is a lot of work being done. Maybe even in your dream life, you guys, at night, in the sleep, there's something definitely coming up to the surface here. There's some kind of nurturing, something that's growing here under the surface for it to, and maybe you're trying to control how it grows, or how it looks when it grows, or what it is. And it's just saying, let it come to the surface, and don't feel, you can't say don't feel this way. It's like you're gonna feel fear. You're gonna, whenever there's change, or especially with ourselves, or the way we think people are gonna view us, or yeah, it's scary. But it's important for our soul. It's important for our growth. It's important for ourselves to be us, be ourselves. And that is your message, Taurus. So I really hope that helped somebody out there. And as usual, I appreciate your likes, your subscribes, most of all, you guys coming, watching your video. But I appreciate every one of you, and I'm getting really excited. I'm gonna get a cooler for this room. It is a little warm in here, you guys. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. So remember, originality, acceptance, and reflexivity. Very interesting. Something's trying to come up to the surface here with you, Taurus, and it's very important to kind of let the old go so the new can grow. That is what I am feeling. So as always, have a good day, and I'll talk to you guys later.